Paradox number 1.
There always seems to be something more important than the real deep buried thing. And surprisingly, only few people find it. Discover how humans end up following means goals than end goals. How to hit hard at end goals and skip means goals to literally go where we need to go. After end of this video, you have somewhat an antidote to perfectionism, overthinking, and literally these both seems to be the precursor of procrastination, right? So you will have a clarity after this. The important shifter here is after some time, after years, you are not, oh, what I did, but rather, that's exciting. What's next? You literally somewhere you don't believe, even though it feels hard as you go through, but when you reach there, you seem to have something that is out of context. Like you will be feeling that, oh, how did I end up here? Like this is true joy. This is truly exciting. Let's go. So that is the important shifter. Means goals versus end goals. End goals literally put you forward. But why goals? Like, if you are watching the video, I understand that you have somewhat knowledge about goals, right? But there seems to be that 84% of the population never set any goal. 84%, and that's completely fine. Like everybody is just not living in a company. We like in the countries that there is a hardly proper education, so goal setting is beyond that. But out of 16 remaining who set goals, there seems to be only 3% that can achieve or that achieves goals. Okay, so you got the facts. I don't know how true they may be, 84%, right? But for your satisfaction and deeply understanding, we are going to go for a story. Okay, goals are really good for life. Goals are intentional. They give you the clarity of life. That's a real purpose of them. But I'm gonna tell you a little bit story of high school. Okay, so when I was in high school, elementary or high school, were teachers to me and a couple of my friends. Sir always says, our teacher that says when he's in a fun mode, so he says, you go to MANDIR GALI, right? Well, MANDIR GALI is Urdu and Hindi word. We call it MANDIR GALI. That is roughly, you can literally translate that MANDIR GALI into Temple Street, because it has a temple, Temple Street. So he used to say, you go to MANDIR GALI, you go to Temple Street, right? I say, sir, no. Sometimes, I was always like, sir, no. Sir, why? And sir, so you don't go. And me again, yes sir, unless there is a work, right? And sir never believed, or somewhat, I don't know. And the same teachers who say so to, when there is a punishment or something, to some students, you say, I saw you loitering around in the streets. I saw you playing cards, playing marbles. So what I'm going with is that if you don't go to MANDIR GALI, Temple Street, to buy something with some intention, well, you end up with something unusual or with someone strange. That's the finest thing. This is literally like a life. Like you have to have a purpose. You have to have something that really you have a attention there, that you have to go there straight towards, right? Unlike there would be, I don't know, you end up where that's like playing cards or marbles rather than going for a purposeful walk. And why teachers ask this to me, I will tell you at the end of this video. Okay, at this point we understand goals are important. They are good for intentional life. And you, for example, you have made it. Now you have made the goals, or you have the goals. See, I had goals too. If I know them, I have already made it. In the past, I hardly have made videos. So why? So clearly there is something, right? There's something missing. And there's not just goals, there is a mindset involvement. And one of them was, I was trapped in means goals, right? Means goals rather than end goal. Now what exactly are means goals, right? Well, the phrase you have heard, means to an end, it is a means to an end, right? That's a means to an end. So the earliest record for this phrase seems to be 1651. The means to an end, like we say that means is a way, it's a method to an end. Like a train is a means of transport. Train is a means of transport. That's an, there is something, right? There is use of a method or way, pathway to reaching end goal. So now question is how and from where this came into psychology, and we started making goals, like understanding, okay, we have to reach end goals. We are following so many means goals and how to avoid them, right? Actually, the record I can find is in 1972, two computer scientists, Alan Newell and Herbert A. Simon, they had an idea of human problem solving, the idea of problem solving from means ends analysis. They wrote a book in 1972 and they have published it. And they created a model at that time. That's where they sort of replicated how humans solve problems. So that's where it began. We're gonna go back. How do people commonly set goals? As a humans, we are more like in a society, born in a family, and parents, their conditioning. So an average human being, if they have an education, or if you look at it, they go to school, chase better grades their entire life, to go to better college, to go to better university, and to get good GPA, to get like better job that has a good salary, because like so that they can save more, so they have better retirement. So like, I don't know, at the end of their life, what they are gonna do. This is just a chain, like they are just from where they are reaching, then they are seeing what is next. So it is the wrong way of setting goals. This is how you set goals. Okay, many just set goals, right? It is here I talked about designing your life. I mean, you have to have something where you are going, where is the end, and then divide that, figure out a way, figure out the goals that really leads you toward that end goal. And this is what, let's go back to computer scientists. the Alan Newell and Albert Simon, what they are saying, what they developed for a computer model, that is means ends analysis. They sort of replicated human problem solving mechanism, the model, and that's how they did. And what they, and if you read that, the model is like literally they identify the end goal. They know what it is, what the computer, what the task need to be done, and they divide into sub goals, the subtasks, sub goals to reach that end goal. So to again, if like any human being, if we just go keep doing this school and college and to some goals without having the end goal, you just keep going, find unsatisfaction and go and keep going, another unsatisfaction and regret. Here it is, the replicated model for computer, what it says: figure out the end goal and then you have to go with it. If you have made a ground vision or not right now, it's okay, we will be covering that in upcoming videos. It's a complicated process, actually. It is really, it depends from few questions to exercises to really spending days to doing all of it, plus going to your past self, going everything that you have lived. So it's a process, but I am also speaking with goals. We often set goals that come with so many means goals that you can literally skip them and go directly at them. That's what we talk about. Many people, they chase money. So having money as a goal, they drive decisions. They just chase the money and the decision after decision after decision. While money is necessity and we need to live life, but just keep chasing that until your death, or setting a long-term career solely what give you the most bucks without working on passions and interests that give you life's meaning and satisfaction. I mean, that's where you must draw the line. Of course, there is abundance of money for everyone, and money is a problem until you are not earning enough. And once it is enough, it might be a trap. The number can go up, but there is no drive. And you can avoid this trap, as many people follow bottom to top approach, like from start to bottom and go to top. While in human nature, if you really go wherever you want to go, you can really design that, you can really find it and make steps. So you can really start with the top to bottom, right, approach. So we have the goal of life, the life vision, and there are sub goals, right? For example, my vision, of course, it came from a lot of knowing and from my past experiences. I have simplified the statement as I have to elevate human experience and evolve human consciousness with transformational learning. So I have designed my life, and I know sub goals that I have to. One of the way is making YouTube videos, right, to impact you. But as we talked about, I hardly made videos. Here's why. I was also trapped in means goals. See, with the ground goal, there's a goals, sub goals, and with sub goals like YouTube, making a YouTube video, it has also sub goals, right? It has like so much rules. I researched through. There is so much in making perfect camera and angles and storytelling. There is sound effects and editing and everything combined. The most time consuming is editing. So with all these things, if you look at my past few videos, they're highly edited. So that's where the means goals are, and you can really skip them to directly go, right? But if you look at the filmmaking or anywhere, there's so much editing involved, right? The great YouTubers, many YouTubers, to engage people, they have to have fast-paced editing or something like that. So is it a bad thing? Are they bad goals? So how to identify these goals if they are means of an end? Well, the ground goal is inspiring, of course. Making a YouTube video also inspiring. But with these little tiny goals, like editing and these little things, these became uninspiring. And how to notice them? Because creating as little as YouTube videos, it comes with mean scores, right? We always have goals. So we got 4 distinguishing characteristics to quickly identify whether that is means goals or end goals. I love that. Here we go. So means goals have 2 distinguishable characteristics that we can really identify. If you notice, they have a should. Often it comes from society, rules, and culture. And see, these are not applicable to everything, to everyone. The should could be, for example, you should marriage to a particular culture, or you should marriage to a particular religion, or in particular nationality, or you should get a degree, a certificate to really qualify that you have a knowledge. This is a must. This is a should category. As in my case, having a haircut and beard trimmed for whatever reasons, my brain thinks that's a means goal. Another thing that means goals has, they have so, and they sort of create chain in life, sort of a chain reaction. So it's more like do this so that like go to college so that you can have better admission for university and better GPA for better job and better salary and so on. So this is a soul thing, and like have these things, the better studio, better lights, better things to really create YouTube video. And like you have to edit it, you have to this, you have this, like so much that it is no longer inspiring. There's nothing, and we hit hard, we just go hard, we work hard. This is where you're following means goals, right? Let's go to end goals. What are end goals? Where you create life, where you create goal, where you really want to go, really want to do. This is end goal. You want end goal. So it comes with these 2 characters. See, these are following your heart. They don't drain you, they energize you. As you work more, you get energized more, right? And another quality they have, it's about feelings. These end goals really are about feelings. So while you can nail down the business deal, you can have achievements, you can have a great degree in your hand, and money and objects, whatever, they do make us feel good. They make our experience better, but they can't be end goals. See, for few, this is because end goals have happiness in the pursuit. You're doing it, you are going with the process to go there. It just inspires you. From somewhere your brain knows you're hitting hard at end goals to just going straight. This is the alignment process, and it is inspiring, because for a few, the path that they chose to go to a certain job or certificate or degree, it cannot be end goal, because it is hard. That is very few people could be inspiring for them. Remember, the end goal have happiness in pursuit. They are happy as they go through it to reach the end goal. So often people here mostly go to jobs, go to a particular career. They have some conditioning behind them. It could be pressure from their parents, from culture they're living in, the society that are pushing everyone to be a particular field, a particular direction. This is where things get unaligned from the reality, from the future that you want to create. Now, the choice, the goals you are creating, end goals and means goals. We learned that there are four hallmarks. Means goals have should, and so the chain, they create chain in life, and should that you have to do it for the sake of something, and they entirely are fake, conditioned. On the other hand, end goals, mostly they have feelings, they have happiness in the pursuit, and they are following your heart. And so we have learned it. Now the choice. I had a choice, the choice of perfectionism and excellence. Either to chase the perfectionism, to be perfect, to do this, I mean, how many other things, to make a perfect thing, or an excellence you just have to have. You just have to go. It is more about doing what can you do with what you have, and as much as you can, while keeping the end goal in your mind, the one thing. The only thing, right? There is no other way. You have to have some sort of uh, ultra priority, right? All cutting down all these mean scores, just having crystal clear. There's something. There's whatever you're doing, you must go to end goal. There are goals which can literally take sometimes years and years to really tackle them off, and maybe these can be accelerated if you just skip mean scores. We are conditioned. We think that these are the necessary, and I think we do believe this is not. We have to change our mind.
Why did teacher used to ask me about going to walk in MANDIR GALI? Well, because markets equal shopping equal girls.
In upcoming videos.
But what does make our mindset so? How did word form as it is? Now, from where does these beliefs come? For that, we have to scrap and scratch bit deep in history of our evolution, us humans, and how we made this word from the rise of language to religions, money, politics, I don't know what else, filled with ton of lessons and really understanding sapiens and the word we have built.